Showtime! Welcome everybody to ETE Everything Else. I am one of the hosts. I am Marcus the Grand Finale. You can find me here on this channel anytime you want. Blah 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 blah. And I am joined by all three faces. Not one, not two, but all three faces of Jemal. For the
You
price
already know. Find me on the Mid Card Mess podcast on the bottom over there, wherever it's at. We got stuff to talk about. We got stuff to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about because it was SummerSlam weekend, which means everybody and their mama threw a show in Nashville at the same time. So Nashville got the big up from the show. But first, I'll just cover your podcast. This week you had Adrian the Dizman on the show, and he was talking about the AWO big time play. I forget. Yeah, he's talking about. Oh no! Already.
No, we're here. We're here.
No technicalities. First up, you decide your camera's gonna do a moonsault or
Oh no! So I actually did that show. 2 weeks ago, a week ago, or something like that. And then I have the other episode because after SummerSlam I just had to talk about it. So when SummerSlam finished, then I have the new episode out. So I have episode 70, which is when we talk about books, me and Adrian. And then the other episode I just cover like everything else that happened prior to G1, SummerSlam, NWA, just everything that we're about to cover here today too. So
yeah, it's a lot. And
you want more in-depth Peep Off the Mid Card Mess podcast? I will be doing it every week again. Hiatus is over.
Again.
All
right, so let's start off first. I'm going to start off with Ric Flair, the last match. And I'm going to start with Ric Flair, the last match. And I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to say it in front of everybody with my hands right here. And I'll plead with Ric Flair and make sure this is the last match. Because no. It's my full Tracy Morgan. Hell no. You don't need to be out there in that ring. He was in slow motion, and I was worried for his life. How about you?
My whole thing is this. If you are a pro wrestler that you have to require to wear a shirt to the ring, you're done wrestling, bro. Stop it. Not that you want to wear a shirt to the ring, but you're required to wear the shirt to the ring because your body is so grotesque and old and decrepit. Oh my God. Thank God that he had people like Andrade and Jay Lethal in that match to protect him because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, even with the protection, I was like, I don't know if he's going to make it through it because he seemed extremely, and I mean with a capital, extremely exhausted. I have never seen a hot tag with someone holding the bottom rope and then barely rolling in to get in. And I'm like, oh shit, he dead. Like, and there were times when Andrade would go check on him, and then he's like tapping his wrist, and you're going like, oh shit, this is getting bad. And then they would cut to the crowd, which had, Undertaker, McFoley, Bret Hart, DDP, all these people in there, and you see the concern on their face, and I'm going like, shit.
Even Conrad was sitting there in the corner because, Conrad's married to freaking one of Ric Flair's daughters and stuff like that. So he's just standing there like, But talk about let's pause on Ric Flair for a second. Jeff Jarrett still fucking got it, bro. He's got it, bro. He went from SummerSlam reffing that fantastic tag team match to freaking this match, and he still got it, bro.
Well, the thing about Jeff is that when he was the referee in that match, you were like, oh, he's in good shape, And then he comes out here, no shirt on. Oh, he's still in the wrestling shape. And then on top of that, Jeff Jarrett was the ultimate heel in this match, in which I think his interest took about like 5-6 minutes of him just yelling at people,
Yo, he
going
threw water
hard.
on that dude. I thought the dude was gonna hop over the rail, and then his wife, Karen Angle Jarrett, whatever her name is, she was like, "Yo, it was crazy. This guy Jeff Jarrett still got it. If somebody wants to sign him a contract, or if he wants a match in WWE, AEW, anywhere, he can take it. Please, like he still got some juice left in the tank."
Like, give Jeff Jarrett his one more match, and I don't know if that's ever been said ever until this very moment, where it was like, you know who needs one more match in the WWE? Give Double J, J E double F, J A double R E double T, one more match. I don't know who he'll fight, why he will fight him, or for what the circumstances, but that man was a heat magnet for whatever reason. Just went out there being the ultimate villain. And,
Well, we know exactly what kind of one-off that WWE would do. I mean, Montez did not like the fact that Jeff Jarrett gave him the cover. He was calling it right down the middle, and Montez was not jacking it at all. So put him in a match with the heel Montez, and then call it a day.
You cost us the Street Profits. I can see him yelling at him right now, and then hitting him with a guitar, and he's like, "Take that! You pissed me off," and all that. But yeah, so numerous concerns for me in this match, and Ric Flair did.
Did he have to bleed? Did he have to bleed, man? Like, did he have to have color?
I'm going to say it's Ric Flair's last match. If he's going to have, yeah, he did. I feel like he did. It's Ric Flair. He bleeds in like 90% of his matches for no reason anywhere. He was John Moxley.
He didn't bleed in the HBK match at the WrestleMania.
That's because HBK was calling it and told him don't fucking do anything without me. And it's the PG era. Vince Ryan was like, "You better not. You better not. Come on, Vince." No, but him bleeding. He probably didn't need to bleed because that put more concern. I was like, this old man only has so much blood left. Like,
can't be just spreading it all over the place. And he was busted open too, like really profusely. Yeah.
There was so many concerns about that, and but at the end of the day, he made it through. I mean, he was able to cut a farewell promo. He got a Ric Flair crying, emotional, and all that. So, but I think I was concerned.
I think that was the first time that I've ever seen him pin somebody with the figure 4 leg lock. You pinned somebody with the submission move.
Hold on. Jeff Jarrett should ask for one more match because Jeff Jarrett's shoulders were down, but so was Ric Flair's. Ric Flair could not get his arms up. He was so exhausted. He was just like, and I was like, oh boy. Yeah, but he never gets that pin.
He looked like Masawa out there, like during like Masawa's last final matches that he had. It's crazy.
Yeah. So Jeff, I beg you, stay away, and I beg anybody that encourages him to not encourage him anymore. Do not. I don't care how much money's on the table. Everybody says no.
I think the one good thing that we got out of Ric Flair's last match, aside from Ric Flair's last match, was this great card that we had. This was Multiverse Madness. This was the true Forbidden Door. This had everybody in this motherfucker, goddammit.
This was literally our show. Everything else under one umbrella because everybody and every promotion was involved. And when I say every, that is include the Double E, in which Jerry the King Lawler was in the back with a backstage segment promo, Undertaker, Bret Hart, and Mick Foley DDP. Then you had Impact on the show, MLW featured on the show, NWA featured on the show, AEW, and
GCW.
Yeah, everybody was involved in this show, and
New Japan.
As I was watching this show, there was part of me thinking that the old retired Vince McMahon would even make an appearance on this random ass show because everybody was on this show. So we can start from the beginning. Jemal, how did you feel about the Battle Royal that started the show? And I may miss a match or two, but hopefully I can memorize it.
So like I don't remember who actually won this motherfucking thing, but I know that it was one of those things that it was one of those get the crowd hype for this show because like people didn't know what to expect, especially being Ric Flair's last match. All these people, all these different promotions all mixed together. So like a lot of egos, a lot of different talent from different elsewhere. Nick Gage came out with some GCW guys, with some original guys like El Gringo, Loco, and Bully Ray was there. There's like a plethora of different indie people that was out there, and GCW basically came in and it was like, yeah, boom, 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 we're GCW and blah 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 blah, and it was just a hodgepodge, but it was a good hodgepodge. It was one of those good hodgepodge matches.
Yeah. Nice start. The winner was I forgot they eliminated Bully Ray. I actually missed this match. This is the one I did miss, and I was gonna go back, and I totally forgot that I missed it because I didn't realize the start time was at the time it started. I thought it was at normal pay per view time, 5 p.m. my time, but I think it started like 30 minutes or an hour earlier or something like that. So I did miss this match. I forgot who eliminated Bully Ray for the win. Oh no! Again.
I don't know. My shit is sliding.
It's sliding like it's a DMs.
It's showing me. It's showing me no mercy.
Oh. Another match on the card. I'm gonna breeze through some of these earlier ones. Karrion Kross versus who the hell did he fight? Damn it.
Killer Cross.
Oh, I'm sorry. I add the Karrion. I forget. I have speculation that man's coming back and it's gonna be Karrion again. Nah. But Killer Kross fought what did he beat somebody in like a matter of minutes. It was basically a squash. I can't remember who it was. I should have had the card up. I got more G1 stuff up than I actually do.
Because there's a lot to talk about when it pertains to the G1 later in this show.
Yeah.
Lot to cover.
All right, let's see. Karrion Kross squashes. Oh, it was Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Wow. Why am I not surprised?
The son of the British Bulldog,
Did they recently did the Commonwealth recently lose the tag titles, or they're still the tag team champions in NWA?
I think they're still tag team champions. I don't think
so. He squashed a tag team NWA tag team champion. Great way. Thanks, Billy.
Way to get your brand out there. Maybe it was a political move to try to get Killer on his roster. Maybe.
Oh, there's big news about that too in the NWA. Manny's gonna be happy about that news too.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's a trade of you want Tyrus or Nick Aldis.
The point is that Nick Aldis is not the number one contender anymore. That's just the thing.
He just lost it for no reason though. He lost it for no reason.
Was it no reason? Was it? He lost because he got Twitter fingers. That's what happened. Twitter fingers. Twitter fingers cost him the opportunity of a championship.
It should cost you a title shot. Man, freedom of speech, or whatever. But his political game, according to Corey, is like he's a headache. I don't want to deal with him. Whatever. The Motor City Machine Guns defeated the American Wolves. That's Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards.
What a match. What a great tag match. Talk about some great tag matches that happened over the course of this week. Like, that's up there with one of them.
Yep, this was a pretty good match. It didn't get the time. Like, a lot of these matches weren't as long as I thought they should have been. I feel like it was, about maybe 12 minutes? I think the longest match was the main event. It was about, like, almost 30 minutes or so. But every match seemed to be about 11 minutes. I wish that they did give some of these other matches more time. This was a good match. I thought it could have been a really great match if they gave maybe 5 more minutes or so.
5 or so more minutes, man. What was your favorite part of this match?
The tagging. Nah, I missed this match too. I told you I missed the opening. I missed it. I just know
they did a lot of what brought them to the dance. Like both Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. obviously Eddie Edwards with Honor No More and stuff like that. So they were having like a little miscommunication at the beginning, but then they were just like, they were just hunkered down and, uh, did American Wolves Impact American Wolves stuff along with Alex Shelley and, Chris Sabin doing what they fucking been doing for the past 20, 30 years now. So,
yeah. Is this the first time the Wolves have teamed up in like 10 years?
in like forever, because remember the last I think at like Rebellion, remember that Davey Richards was the plus one for the other group for Team Impact against Honor No More, so they fought each other and then they're teaming. But no, they've done other shows. It's kind of like how Sami Callihan and John Moxley were tagging on the indie circuit. So they've done like other stuff as a tag team together. So it's
okay.
Haven't lost a step as a tag team.
All right. The fatal triple threat match for the number one contenders progress match. Jonathan Gresham, Alan Angels, and I can't. I mess up saying this name. I feel like it gets worse every time I have to read it. I can't say it. I don't know why. But
nice and slow. Nice and slow.
Because it's pronounced it's read like Takashita, but it's not pronounced that way. It is not. It's Takashi. Fuck. You can say it. You can say it. You know you can. I can't. I suck at it. I hate names. And I can't read.
But with this
Jessica.
Yes, there you go.
Jessica?
Yes, you got it. You got it. You definitely got it.
All right, there we go. Thanks, Manny, for it. That's a Jessica. Jonathan Gresham wins. He defeats I don't know, I skipped Nick Wayne, the 17-year-old. But Jonathan Gresham won.
Forget about that kid.
This kid just popped up on the radar randomly when Tony Khan said he was signed. I was like, who? But yeah, so Gresham won. So he's not going to cuss anybody out about this or whatever, or bring up his PWI rankings or whatever's going on in that situation. So he's going to be the number one contender for the Progress title, which he was before the purchase of Ring of Honor, and I think he had to vacate the belt because he couldn't be on WWE TV or something. It was something going on. I remember.
It was an AEW Ring of Honor issue because Progress is part of WWE as a subsidiary, so Peacock got the rights to Progress.
Which it's weird because that's not. I'm pretty sure no one on Peacock actually watches Progress who has Peacock. I'm pretty sure.
So how Peacock advertises it, they'll show people who's featured prominently on WWE television that was in Progress, and then they'll post their face there. So if they're like, oh, they did other shit, they'll go to it. But the downside for WWE, what Vince McMahon didn't think about, because this was a Vince McMahon play, there's a lot of AEW New Japan guys that's on the show as well. So yeah, you got your face, but spreading the load.
So Gresham's the new number one contender. I got him winning that title. I don't honestly know who the current Progress champion is.
I haven't been keeping up with my British pro wrestling lately, except for NXT UK, and even then, it's just like it's hard to. Well, it's not hard. I've just been so focused on the G1, like on Japan. I've been focused on more Japanese wrestling right now.
There's a lot of wrestling going on in general.
Well, Mexico has a boom going on that I'm missing because, there's so many new people that I have no idea who they are, but I will find out about them. This is like in CMLL and AAA, The Crash, Like it's just so much. There's stuff out in Puerto Rico too that I'm trying to peep out the SWA. So I'm trying to keep up with everything. But I'm only one person. I am the professor, but damn, I can only do so much.
There's way too much wrestling going on right now. There's just a lot. There's just a lot. Like it's really like, oh man, this is going on, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. This company's doing something, this company's doing something. There is so much actually really going on that it's just like, and that's including with WWE and all their changes and shit going on, and it's just nonstop wrestling every single day, and it's like it's a big draining. I can see how you don't get everything and everybody. If you do miss a show, Mr. Professor, it is not your fault. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. The next match, I am not gonna respect this match and call it the Four Horsemen versus the Rock and Roll Express, but it was the Four Horsemen versus Brian Pillman Jr., Brock Anderson versus Kerry Von Erich, but Kerry Morton and his dad.
Yeah, Ricky Morton and Kerry Morton, which is the new Rock and Roll Express, because Robert Gibson. Remember how I was telling you, if you have to wear a fucking t-shirt and shit like that and you're wrestling, you got to stop. Robert Gibson understood the assignment. He was like, "Let your son tag. Let your son tag with you." Like the fuck?
How long do we gotta keep doing this? 40, 50 years already? Nah, I'm done, man.
I'm over it. Over it. But as you can see, Ricky Morton, he's still raring to go. He's still willing to teach. He's one of those people out there that is an asset to the wrestling business. He's like doing what Bobby Eaton used to do for the next generation of wrestlers. R.I.P. Bobby Eaton. But yeah, Ricky Morton is doing that. Austin Idol, also one of those names out there that are helping the younger talent, trying to get them over and doing it the right way, quote unquote, because there's no right way to get over.
Yeah, but get out. I want him out. I want him out. I don't want to watch him wrestling. It's just too old. I don't know. Just stop. Just stop. I want him to stop. And I'm not a big Rock and Roll Express hater like Eric, who's on this channel. He hates the Rock and Roll Express. Have hated them for years. Just because
he hates them. Cannot stand them.
Cannot stand Rock and Roll Express. Just always have hated them.
So when they recently won the tag titles not too long ago, he was not jacking it at all.
Not on his radar. Not on his radar. And just said, not covered. Not covered on this show. Whatever. Not even. Just something that doesn't happen. But I'm in agreement right now that I don't want to see the Rock and Roll Express. Even his son, I'm not a fan of. I wasn't really a fan of anybody in this match. I just feel like everybody's a lookalike and a clone, but not really the thing that I want to see.
What I want from these three young guys, talking about Brock Anderson, Brian Pillman Jr., and Kerry Morton, break out of your dad's shadow and create your own legacy.
Yeah.
Just do that.
It seems like they're trying to do the same thing. Yeah.
Be what Cody Rhodes is doing. Be what Dustin Rhodes did. Do that. Even Carino's kid. Even Carino's kid is doing Carino things. It's like,
Yeah. I would like for all of these guys to branch away from their families. And I don't care if you're Dominic, Brian Pillman,
Charlotte Flair, fucking, a whole bunch of them. David Finlay. David Finlay is an example of somebody doing it not quite like his dad. He's still a fighter. He still got his shillelagh, but he's his own guy.
You don't have to be a clone. That's what I'm saying. Whether you're Braun Breaker, who's just basically Rick or Scott Steiner, but depending on the day, whenever he wants to be. But what makes
him interesting, what makes Braun Breaker interesting is that he's both of them put together. If you merge Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner together, you'll get Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
As a wrestler.
I just want everybody to be their own person. If you're going to be in the business, go the Goldust route. You don't have to be Goldust, but just find your own identity. Just branch away. Even Cody eventually found his own identity and stuff.
Cody is the prime example of how to do that.
Yeah. Like
It's
Charlotte followed her father's footsteps, but it's a little different. Maybe it's
the
not the
only
same,
reason
but
the only
it's really
reason
good.
the only reason why it's different is because she's a female.
Yeah,
And that's the dynamic. Because she's a female, it's a different dynamic. But other than that, it's the same gimmick. It's the same gimmick.
yeah.
I'm surprised she wasn't there.
I'm sure she was in the back. It might be a contracted. She's a active wrestler on the roster. She's probably not allowed, but the Legends deal they're probably allowed. I don't know what their contracts are allowing, but
Can't buy
I'm
a
sure
ticket to a show. The fuck?
I'm sure she was there. I'm pretty sure she's there. If your husband's wrestling and your dad's wrestling, and basically your entire family's there, I'm sure she's in the back just chilling. I'm sure Triple H probably was there too, randomly, just in the back. Just I'm not going out there.
I think they were at
um,
that show. I think Triple H and Stephanie was at that show.
yeah, they're just probably chilling in the back. Like, we can't go. We're not gonna come out with this, but we are here. Like, cause Rick died, they'd be like, damn, he
Damn.
dead. Moving on to my favorite match of the night. Just because of default, basically, it just became default because I enjoyed Josh Alexander, and Jacob Fatu, but
What a
it didn't
match.
have this one, the Fatal 4-Way, with Ray Phoenix, Magneto, Laredo Kid, and Brad Torres.
That was a crazy match too. That was. If you want to know what Lucha Libre is, watch that match.
Yeah, that
Don't
was the
watch AAA. Don't watch CMLL. Watch this match.
This is the best of what you would get from that. Like, this was the high speed, everybody can flip, Black Taurus flipping and using power. It was just a nonstop adrenaline rush of a match. And it was just like, it reminded me of vintage X Division in its prime, but even faster, actually. Because there's a lot of moves that you have never probably seen before from like these guys. It's innovative. It was like, this is the best match on the card.
I mean, like when you have somebody of the caliber of Ray Phoenix and Bandito mixed with, you know, Laredo Kid and Taurus, it's like, oh man, that's crazy.
This is a fantastic match. I don't even think anything was on the line or anything. It was just pride, I guess.
Something was on the line. It was I forgot. It's a title that Phoenix got.
Is it the Omega Championship or whatever?
Nah, I think it was like a spot to go after it.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
it was like a contenders match, but like still, like they fought their ass off just to get the win, which Ray Phoenix ended up winning. But God,
yeah, a fantastic show. Just
start to
fantastic
finish.
match. Start to finish. From the opening bell, it's just like it was like watching a pinball, just from everybody, just going all over the place. Like, really well done. This would have probably been my favorite match of the show. It just didn't have a finish, and I blame Matt Cardona for it. Josh Alexander versus Jacob Fatu in a heavyweight title. Excuse me, for the Impact Heavyweight title. Man, this was good. This was good until the ending. When I was like,
the Samoan werewolf showed why he was MLW champion all that time.
Yeah. They showed athleticism, they showed technique, they showed power, speed. There were dives that, like, it was just like, yep. This is when you realize how
everything that you want, everything that you literally want in a wrestling match, these two provided. And then Matt Cardona and Brian Myers came out and interrupted the match. Matt Cardona is still injured with his arm. His arm is still in the fucking sling and shit. Eventually it led to, I think DDP came out and fucking diamond cutted Cardona or something.
Yeah, slid over the top ropes like, I got it. And I guess that made everything okay, but it wasn't for me. I wanted to finish. And I felt like there weren't going to be any title changes on this one, but this match had potential to, like, Is Jacob Fatu gonna win this? Is he about to become
If
Impact Wrestling
Fatu
champion?
if Fatu had won, then that was an instant. I'm signing the Impact, or I'm doing a joint MLW Impact deal,
Yeah,
because I'm still waiting for Hammerstone Fatu 2. So
yeah.
it's gonna be crazy.
Two very underrated
Genesis,
boys. Two very
I'm doing the
underrated.
show. I'm literally doing the show. Her alarm's going off. She's knocked out. She's not gonna get up.
It's like that, man. Sometimes alarms, man, they don't go loud enough, or they don't wake anybody up. Von Erichs versus them boys. It happened. It was quick. It was not the longest. Briscoes won.
I didn't think that the Froggy Bowl was gonna end the match,
No,
but it did.
when he landed, I was like, "Oh, that was it." It was a sudden stop, and you like, "Oh, I thought had maybe another little bit more time, similar to the earlier matches." But it was fine. It was fine, but I wish they got more time.
Froggy Bowl ended the match. I never seen the Froggy Bowl end the match in the history of history.
I've never seen it once or twice on like one of the random Ring of Honor TV shows or something. Where we're just like,
I
"Oh,
never seen the Froggy Bowl end the match. It was like ever, ever, never.
It's like, oh, that's it. That's like Sheamus winning with white noise. Like, oh shit. He won with that? Or
That's like,
Seth Rollins winning with the Falcon Arrow. Like, oh, he won.
Undertaker hits the leg drop. Oh, it's over. He used one called what the fuck?
The leg drop? Why would you?
I would say the 5-knuckle shuffle, but everyone knows that The Rock finished niggas with the elbow, so I'm not.
No. It would be like if John Cena, that little powerbomb move he does before the 5-knuckle shuffle ended the match. That's what the frog. Yeah. like, oh, you didn't even go for the pin.
Triple H hits the spine buster and then pins him, and for the win. No.
Yeah. No, he does the knee when you go off the rope and hit the knee, and then
the Harley Race knee. The Harley Race knee. God.
But that Bret Hart won with the atomic drop. Yes, like that.
The backwards atomic drop.
Like, oh shit, that's it. Bret Hart went for the pin. Man, who saw that
no pile driver, no sharpshooter. Nah, he hit the bulldog from the top, from the second rope.
Oh man, like no signature moves here. Like, oh okay, that's it. But the next match was a pretty solid match. Jordynne Grace, Deonna Purrazzo, the Virtuosa. I always got to add that, and then Rachel Ellering.
It could have been better. The reason why I say this is because Jordynne Grace rolls her fucking body all over Rachel Ellering's ankle, and it cost the momentum of that match. So I lost immersion as soon as she rolled her ankle.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been a good match.
Yeah. Again, I just feel like there were a lot of matches when they were just seemed like they were just. It seemed like the show was just short for time, maybe. I don't know, but it just seemed like stuff was just ending abrupt. It seemed like it ended abruptly. Like, I think this ended in a roll-up, right? If I'm correct. I believe like Grace got her with they were switching out roll-ups, and then Grace, I think, got her with a roll-up or backslide or something at the end.
Some type of backslide or something like that. But a testament to Rachel Ellering for continuing the match, because she could have easily been like, okay, my ankle, I'm fucked, I'm done.
No, we're done.
Because Jordynne Grace is a big girl, like, and I don't mean like she's like fat or anything. I'm saying like she's massive, like with muscle mass, and she rolled her whole body on her ankle awkwardly, and I was like, oh, yo, and that was like the first minute and a half of the match.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with this comment. Jordynne Grace is much better than Natty. She's like a younger. She's like Natty in her prime now. She's a better version than Natty.
What he said is an upgrade. Is like an upgrade to Natty.
And that's it. Yeah.
Natty is a better wrestler, like wrestling wise. She's a better wrestler, but Jordan Grace has more appeal, I guess, because her OnlyFans is hitting by herself, as opposed to having her sister go to the OnlyFans. So I don't know.
Eddie is an OnlyFans by association. She's director of OnlyFans or something. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
all these chicks is just being naked now. I mean, I just seen a picture of Tony Storm butt ass naked, and she's just like this. I mean, she's covered up, but like it's like, oh, subscribe to OnlyFans. I'm like, Juice, go get your bitch. Go get your bitch.
It's basically the Divas era online. Basically, you don't get your
Jonathan Gresham, go get your bitch, man. Get your bitch, please.
Everybody is online stripping naked at this point. It's the Divas era. If you need your Divas magazine or your knockout calendar or whatever, just subscribe online to their OnlyFans Instagram. Everybody seems to have their own OnlyFans or thirst trapping photos at this current moment. Like, I bet you if you went on your Instagram right now, I'd be like, oh, new thirst trap from somebody. Like,
Thirst trap, Nikita Lyons, Lash Legend, Cora Jade. I got a whole bunch of I follow wrestlers all across the board, but between freaking seeing titties and ass to like crazy moves of the week from random promotions to seeing what's going down and the happenings of each promotion, it's just titties and ass mostly, and I'm just like, why? I don't need to see titties and ass all the time. I don't. Get this shit out of here. Get this
Jemal,
filth out of here.
You reminded me of Smithers when he was at the strip club on the episode of The Simpsons, when he just like the. That's what you sound like right now.
Oh my god! I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have titties and ass in the room over there, but like, still, like, fuck, leave it.
Sometimes I just want to see wrestling. I just want to be on my Instagram. Like, I feel like I don't even go on my Instagram at work because I feel like someone's gonna walk by and be like, "What are you looking at?" No, I'm just going through Instagram. Man. This is not. I'm not.
Oh, you pervert!
This is sponsored by.
You know, just like going on the subway and I'm just scrolling through my Insta and it's just, Tori Wilson just posted some bikini workout photo. Oh, here's Jordan Grace yet again with some risque stuff. Like, God. I'm over it.
Like, no, why?
I'm over it. 14-year-old me would have loved this, but no.
I'm a grown man. See you, man.
Yes, I want to see my grown men in underpants fighting for belts that they need to wear. Damn it. It's still real to me. Damn it.
I like that we were at once in the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, whatever, Monday Night War era, but now we're in the OnlyFans era. We're in the
OnlyFans era.
And then we already covered the main event. I didn't realize how much time has passed on doing this one show, but a very eventful show. I think you should check it out for those who haven't. But go ahead, check out some of these matches. If you want to watch Ric Flair, go ahead. I'm not going to recommend that for anybody because it's very scary at times. I mean, it's probably fine now that you know that he lives, but watching that shit live,
it was scary. It was scary.
It was scary.
Somebody posted a picture of Mermaid Man, and then they showed a picture of Ric Flair, and it was identical.
Dead on. T-shirt, arms, head, everything nailed it. Like they always say, Simpsons got a person. Nah, SpongeBob got this one. SpongeBob nailed this one. But those weren't the only events that happened in Nashville this weekend. New Japan held the show. It was the New Japan. I'm just going to cover this briefly so we can go right to the G1 coverage. But the Music City Mayhem was a really good show in which you got a good 6-man tag with my wrestler of the year, FDR. I'm going to throw Cash in there too. I'm not going to just exclude it, just make it Dax's wrestler of the year because
Uncle Dax doing Uncle Dax themes.
Yeah.
7-star FTR.
7-star FTR. And you know what? That's the thing. FTR is having the best year ever of any wrestler with considering matches. And they had a really good 6-man tag against the Aussie Open. They teamed up with Alex Zane. Alex Zane took the pin. They lost. John Moxley fought El Desperado in a match that if you are into hardcore violence and barbed wire and glass and acupunctures in the eye, stuck in the eye. This was the match for you. For me personally, I was like, this is a little much. We're going a little far with this.
Why did they have to? Why was Desperado the sacrificial lamb?
Yeah, he was the only one willing to make the trip to the States, I guess. But you had Hiromu versus Bray Christian, probably the second or third best match, second match of the night that I really enjoyed. That was Bray Christian really had a breakout performance. I probably maybe it's not something watching enough.
He always does good. He always does good. When he was in NXT, when he was in Impact, when he was in he's featured prominently on GCW. I've seen him wrestle live a couple times, so he's really good.
Yeah, and just a fantastic match. And then on top of that, you had Alex Shelley versus Kushida, Battle of the Time Splitters. Just going back and forth. It went to a 20-minute draw. I know that may upset people, but if you watch the technique and the skill, they went at each other hard. It was hard hitting, great submissions and counters in it throughout the entire time. It was a fantastic match that actually told a really good story. It just kept building and building as they started off friends, but they got aggressive. It was really good.
This is something that's missing in pro wrestling, and people don't understand why the draw happened as a draw. But if you notice back in the day, what made matches like with Ric Flair and Harley Race and Vern Gagne and all those guys, they went the time limit, until there was a winner. So they'll go the time limit. You have to, if you want to see who wins, they're gonna have 3 or 4 more of these matches, and then they keep doing those until somebody is a winner. So they lost the art of that.
Too.
Exactly.
It's the way to build a feud. It's not just throwing things out there and having matches and doing one-offs or whatever. And it's more like we build a feud. And in current day, WWE answer to that is we're going to do DQ non-finishes. And in the AEW's route, we don't even touch that. We don't even go back to matches. It's kind of like one and dones. So I prefer going to building something, going towards a story, and things escalate instead of when randomly John Moxley and in this match with El Desperado, they're trying to kill each other, and I'm like, why though? Why? It's the first time I've ever seen these two dudes actually fight. Why are they trying to kill each other?
It was the first time that they touched, and if you said what he did to El Desperado, old Despy, I don't understand why Despy had to be the one to take that abuse. Out of everybody in Suzuki-gun, he was the one to fucking kill.
I like to say he was available. He was available at the time. He was like, oh, I'll be in Nashville around that time. Why? I don't know. But you know what? I'm willing to fall on these aluminum cans right now. Why? And going through barbed wire, and I was like, man, this is unnecessarily violent. Crowd seemed to love it, but whatever. But that's what's good. That was what happened in Nashville with New Japan. We still got the G1 going on, where upsets galore from David Finlay, who's on the streak of a lifetime, who said his time is now. He's pulling his John Cena shit. And he's on a roll at which he's beating Will Ospreay, Shingo, and damn, I'm missing somebody.
Juice Robinson,
all back to back to back, and even just gave at the end of the
match.
Ospreay match. Yeah, he decided to throw he had the possession of the United States title from the Juice thing, give it to him. Like, every time you look at that, you're gonna think about how I whoop your ass. That should be my title.
Yo, basically he told him that. Yo, I don't know what David Finlay is on, but he is just on another level. And he beat the person that coined the phrase.
Yeah. At least I got my title back. Jesus.
Well, see, the thing about it is that Will Ospreay, regardless of whatever New Japan says, is the faux champion. He's still the faux champion to me. Juice Robinson never lost. He never lost that belt. They just said
lost. He didn't fly over. He was never injured.
He's the full champion until he beats Juice Robinson, and then when he beats Juice Robinson, not for the belt or whatever. He has to beat Juice Robinson, then he's the real champion. And then whoever beats him is the real champion after that. It's the same. This is the same thing with the Will Ospreay Shigo Takagi interim IWGP Championship. Like Will Ospreay was still the champ. Fuck out of here. Like no.
So are
And
you a fan of interim
just
champions like the way AEW do it? Would you just say that when
I
Shingo took over the title from Ospreay, he should have been interim champion?
yes, interim. But even with that, it's just like I understand you have to defend the belt and stuff like that. It's just one of those things in wrestling, I suppose. It's just like John Moxley is not the real champion. CM Punk is.
He is, and I do not
He's the
acknowledge
faux.
John Moxley
He's the
as a champion.
faux champion. He's the faux champion. So,
And you know
and
what? By the
I've
way, the
defended
interim
this.
championship.
I've defended this theory, this mindset, this thought process back when. So, like, people saying that, oh, you're just saying that because it's this person or that person. No, when Will Ospreay was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and they was like, oh, we're gonna put the title on fucking these two, whoever wins out of this, and they're the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. I was like, how? Will Ospreay's the fucking champ? What the fuck? So Will Ospreay now coming in, being the faux champion now, I'll still defend whoever won it last, which was Juice Robinson. So this is not biasness or nothing. This is actual real life shit.
You call spade a spade. Like, I don't
Exactly.
believe in interim champions. This is the real champ. But nah, man, let Ospreay have this title, man. United
He
States
got a
champion.
fucking title. It's called the Rev Pro Championship, the Rev Pro Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, but he been had that one.
And he
He's
still
always gonna
has
have
it.
that
And people are not talking. People are talking about Roman Reigns 700-day defense. Where's Will Ospreay 700-day fucking clout?
It's the Rev Pro
Exactly my fucking
That's
point. It's the
why.
exact same thing.
Where's in the ranking of Rev titles? Rev Pro is beneath the WWE title, NWA title, the Ring of Honor. It's not on the same level as those other titles.
So we'll go back to Pete Dunne and Walters, two separate different titles.
Yeah.
Like it's the same belt, but two separate reigns. We're gonna negate that because it's a fucking third brand. We're gonna negate that fucking long ass reign because it was the fourth brand title.
It's the fourth brand.
It's the fourth brand title. We're gonna negate it.
I don't negate it. I rank titles off the matches I see them have, based off of it in the title.
The prestige is crazy over there by Rev Pro, and he defends it. It's not like he doesn't. He's not off every week like Roman. That nigga off every week.
That dude, he uses all his vacation time. It's added up over the years, and he's like, I'm gonna use it all. Rev Pro is on the same level as Progress, which is also agree. You can agree with that. That's where we're at with that. It's not the most known title. It's not the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. It's not in the upper echelons, and that's why I think he doesn't get the
British. It is the British heavyweight title. If you're talking about British wrestling, British indie wrestling, he's number one. He's the top. If you're talking about British wrestling, Will Ospreay is on the top echelon right now where it pertains because he has that belt. It should be Zack Sabre Jr. because that's what he wants, but that's another day, another time, whatever not. He wants to win the G1, which we're talking about. He wants to win the G1. Fuck going to Wrestle Kingdom. Put the IWGP Heavyweight Championship on the line. Win that, and then he wants to fucking be what Will Ospreay used to be.
Yeah. So let's go over some of the blocks. Right now, as we were alluding to, Dave Finlay is leading the D block with 6 over Ospreay, who has 4, which I still don't see Dave Finlay coming out that block. I still don't see him winning, but I mean, he's selling the hell out of it that he's coming out.
He already beat some of the hardest people in that block.
He already has. And I mean, this could be the day. It could be legit. It could be legit. This could not be somebody just talking shit. But he may actually come out that block.
David Finlay could win the block, but he's not winning the G1.
No.
Depending on who's coming out of the A, B, or C block, he's not winning the G1.
Also, another good match. I think this was, the second, maybe a few days ago, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Tanahashi picked up the win, even though I was really rooting for Zack Sabre Jr.
Skin of his fucking teeth.
Yeah, I was
Skin
like,
of his
no.
teeth.
I was rooting for Sabre Jr. and I was like, no, what the fuck? God damn you, Tanahashi. Damn you. Just go away. You're
Nah,
70
you were
years
just
old.
you were just mad because Kevin Kelly said 1, 2, and a 3.
Ah,
The ace. You heard Kevin Kelly's voice say the ace.
yes. Ah.
My camera went out. What happened? My camera went out.
Oh no! Shut up! I hate him. Then we get a full Tanahashi guitar show at the end. What was another good match? I'm trying to think of the all the matches because
if you guys are keeping up with the G1, the Bullet Club on Bullet Club fights are super hilarious. You gotta watch those. Like Jay White had a match with Chase Owens the other time, and he was like, "Okay, I need you to lay down so I could get the 2 points, and I'm gonna pay you." So he gives him the money, and he's like, "Hold on, let me count the money before I go through." And then he's like, "Okay, cool, that's cool, whatever." So as he's counting the money, he's got the 1, he's got the 2, he got 3, and then it was just blank bills after that. But it was like a stack of fucking bread. But he had like the first 3 was real, and then everything else was just a bunch of blanks. And he's like, "Hey, wait a minute, no, where's your money? Who stole your money?"
I've been tricked. I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Bamboozled, man. Then there was the Evil and Kenta match where, like, they were both trying to cheat to win, but like, at the end, Evil ended up winning that match, and then at the end they were like trying to promote his book at the end. And then El Phantasmo versus Yujiro Takahashi, and he actually stole Peter from him. Stole Peter. Do you know what consent is, Peter? Peter, you know what consent is? Extra long salad. Oh man.
So, yeah, but again, check out the G1. A lot of stuff happening. I believe we have about a month left. It feels like. But I think
the 18th. The 18th is when it's projected to be done. I will have all the other G1 episodes on the mid card mess done probably sometime next week. So it's just going to be a super dump of. I'm just going to bang, bang, bang. I'm just going to share. It's a lot of G1s, man. I had to cover.
This is too much to cover. That wasn't for any wrestling. There is so much. That's why. But support it. Just check out a little bit. I'm never saying watch every show, but
yeah, just watch the matches that you want to watch. We just like saying the highlight bits. I'm not gonna tell you how fucking Yoshihashi ended up winning a fucking match. I was pissed off about that. Like nobody gives a fuck about Yoshihashi. Fuck out of here.
There has to be
one.
There has to be someone that cares
about. Then on top of that, because of how the block is set up, everybody has at least won one match. So that's a story coming out. Like last week there was people that had 0 points. Everybody has at least 2 points in the G1 Climax as of right now. So I think the most interesting block to be looking at is the C block, because anybody can come out of there. Like all the other blocks are basically cut across the board. So like David Finlay in block D, he has 6 points. He's like way ahead of everyone. Okada's at the top of A block. Jay White's on top of B block. But the C block, because of how everything is set up, anybody can come out of that block. It's just going to depend who wins, who loses, and who makes it out, who survives. Who's going to max the max? So
the final boss wants to point out something. I'm not going to tell you Yoshihashi won a match and then tell us Yoshihashi won a match. True story.
No, I said I'm not going to tell you that, I'm not going to go into full detail about it. He just did. That's it. I'm not gonna cover it like crazy. So fuck him. He won. Fuck him.
Fuck Yoshihashi. He got one. I'm sure there's someone out there with the Yoshihashi side out there. I'm sure there's someone going like Yoshihashi is my guy. Someone.
He could stick that fucking fisherman pole up his ass too. Fuck out of here. He gives a fuck about that nigga Yoshihashi. The fuck? That's like giving a fuck about Master Wato.
Ah. Fuck Master Wato.
Exactly my point. Yeah.
All right. But that's about it. I think we covered about everything. But check out some of the stuff we were saying. Do your best to check it out. I don't recommend checking out everything because you will end up in a world of like, oh shit, I'm just
the next G1, the next show that's about to happen.
Tomorrow, right?
Jeff Cobb versus Jonah. Now I know that we covered that match on Holy Grail at the House of Glory, but this is the New Japan G1, so watch that match. That's a match that you should be watching. Who's going to be the top kaiju of New Japan? We'll see. Jeff Cobb.
Top dog, Jonah.
So, yeah, go peep that out. What else is going down?
Manny bringing up the AEW video game. Looks decent. Not sure about the actual gameplay yet. They released a new screenshot yesterday.
They did promote a trailer without gameplay footage or whatever. Not they did promote a trailer on Instagram that I seen earlier today. Yeah, that's gonna be December 31st. I believe that they're gonna try to do it. It might be sooner than that, or it might be like the beginning of the year, January. But yeah, I'm definitely getting that game. I'm definitely gonna get it. I'm waiting for the wrestling code for that to come out next year. That's the wrestling game that I'm really looking forward to be playing because of what they said that their DLC is going to be or encompass. And if that is true, if they keep it like, you know how like UFC does, like they update fighters every fucking time there's a new fighter or whatever. Now, if the wrestling code abides to that, that'll be one of the great wrestling games that we should be all playing. It'll basically be Fire Pro, but a different type deal.
Legit, basically, because Fire Pro is a lot of customization.
Fire Pro is fun to play. It's 2D. It's fun. It's complicated. Some simple. It's weird. I play Fire Promoter every now and again. I've been playing Fire Promoter more than I play GM mode on 2K. So,
yeah.
But
I'm curious what the AEW game's gonna bring. Like, I'm just curious because there's little said about it, and then it's coming out very soon. And I'm like, I wish they would sell it more about what's actually in the game. Because I just seen just like Manny brought up screenshots here and there. I haven't seen the actual gameplay. Where are some of the features in there? They're
going to be promoting more of that during like Black Friday type time. So like November-ish, they'll fucking AEW video game coming soon in your Christmas holiday season. Yeah.
What a Japanese announcer for it though. I feel like it'd be Tony Khan going, AEW.
AEW.
Rush that shit out. Fuck all that. This is the greatest wrestling game of all time. Fuck you.
It's going to be interesting to see because is there going to be DLC for like characters that wasn't scanned? Is it going to be a live service like UFC and NBA Live, NBA 2K? Is it going to be like, updated rosters and stuff like that? I think that should be the way to go.
Yeah.
So
it seems like the era of the wrestling fan, customization and adding all the current content because the business is shifting every week or day or whatever, and you probably need to change a lot of stuff in there. We'll see. Everybody gets a chance. We'll see how this game turns out. But
I will definitely be using it. I'll definitely be I'm waiting for all these wrestling games to drop. I did start a Twitch not too long ago. I'm starting off doing my version of G1 with a Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 mod. It has like Stone Cold, Goldberg, Masawa and fucking. It's gonna be crazy. So I already got something up. It's doo doo, but everything is doo doo when you do it the first time. But when the AEW game comes out, the Wrestling Code, I'm gonna be doing Fire Pro Wrestling. I'm gonna be doing Wrestling Empire from the on my Nintendo Switch and stuff like that. So just be on the lookout for that.
Cool. Well, that does it for everything. We've covered everything. If you want to check out more of Jemal's content and history of G1 and interviews with and just so much going on his podcasting feed, Three Faces of Jemal on SoundCloud, the Midcard Mess Podcast. You know where to go. Just click, obviously it's stuff right here. You know where to find me. I'm here all week, apparently, on every single show. I think I'm on the Choppy PP episode this Friday, so you can check me out there.
Choppy PP episode of Monday Raw's Retro? It's happening?
Yes. Choppy the PP.
You finally get to see Dick Togo.
As advertised, Dick to go. Dick to go. Oh. And, outside of Mania Market Show tomorrow, we'll be covering Dynamite and NXT, where Trick and Mello are living like this porn star lifestyle where they can just walk out the building and there's some ladies just lean over the car. They basically did the Regulators music video. They basically did Regulators. And his buddy there cracked me up when he said, "Oh, they're on their way to the East Side Motel," and I just started lying, like, "Why? Why?"
Think the Maximum Male Models is gonna be there. Vaccine at the door. Oh man.
All right. We see you guys later. Let's point the guns. Let's, do our thing. Do a little dance move. Spin out of control. And then end abruptly. My mouse is upside down for whatever reason. And end abruptly because we don't know.